Welcome to the Art of Decluttering podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Kirsty Amy from Feels Like Home Professional Organisers.
And I'm Amy Revell from Simply Organised. We can't wait to share with you all our tips and tricks to help you declutter and keep your home and family organised.
If you'd like to engage with the podcast further, you can find us at the Art of Decluttering on Facebook.
Let's get started. You've joined us for episode 12 of The Art of Decluttering. Today we'll be talking about decluttering and organising your linen cupboard. And Kirsty, you've got a relatively new home, so do you have one of those really big linen cupboards, or did you choose to omit it in your new build?
Oh no, there's no way you would admit a linen cupboard, would you?
Well, maybe.
If you were building a new house, would you omit a linen cupboard?
There is currently no linen cupboard in the architectural plans for our new home.
Wow, you're brave people. So this is going to be your forever house? You're never going to move out of it?
It's forever probably until we retire, because then we don't probably want a double-storey big house.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy your house without a linen cupboard.
It'll have plenty of storage. But anyway, you can stay in Sydney and I'll stay in Melbourne with my beautiful house without a linen cupboard. But tell me about yours. So yours is an absolute essential in your home by the sounds of it.
Oh, we have lived in homes before that we have put linen in the bedrooms, and I think that is a perfectly acceptable way to store your linen. However, when you're building a new home, why wouldn't you have a linen cupboard?
So linen cupboard, does that mean just towels and sheets for your family?
We actually also have suitcases in there as well.
How big is it?
It's fairly big. I'll take photos and put it on the show notes.
Oh my goodness. Can you walk in?
Yes, the door
Get
opens.
Out.
Yes.
Okay, so now I totally have linen cupboard envy.
See?
That sounds amazing.
It's not that big though. Like it has a door, and so the shelves don't. How do I explain it best? So you open the door and the shelves are still only 20 centimetres deep or so, and they run two walls, but it is deep enough that it has two walls in there, not just that one wall.
The one wall behind.
Yeah. So we have towels, we have sheets, we have doona covers, we have beach towels, we have cushions, we have our Wi-Fi, every internet thing in the linen cupboard right up the top on a little floating shelf. And we have suitcases and mattresses, what are they called? Blow-up mattresses down the bottom. So I'll put a photo up. Everybody can see it. It is a beautiful linen cupboard that I do adore. And the kids get to play hide and seek in it. So it's a win-win-win, really.
Okay, so yeah, now I totally love the idea.
You're going back to your architecture.
I know. Yeah. That does sound actually amazing. Like even enough room for you to keep blow-up mattresses in there. Is that for when friends come and stay, or is it your camping gear you keep in there?
Bit of both.
Okay.
So most of our camping gear is in our back shed. But we would take this blow-up mattress with us camping as well. But it is for when people stay over.
Yeah, nice. That's amazing. So listeners, as always, Kirsty and I bring you two ends of the spectrum. In our home, we currently don't have a linen cupboard. And so, as I think we mentioned in the wardrobe episode, we didn't have wardrobes when we moved in. So we've built wardrobes without doors, but there's clothes storage in the bedrooms. And what we do with our towels and sheets in particular is we actually keep our sheets in the bedroom that the sheets belong to. We found that really helpful when the kids were little and they were toilet training at night, or someone wasn't feeling well and you had to change sheets in your sleep effectively, is you could just pull them out of the bedroom. You didn't have to go rummaging through a linen cupboard. So that for us was like, it just kind of became a habit. That's where the sheets go. That's probably why I've gone with the architects and said, well, we don't really need a linen cupboard. Like, what would we put in there? The sheets go in the bedroom that they belong in. Yes.
And I often tell people to keep their sheets in their kids' bedrooms, particularly when they're young kids, because exactly what you just said. You really don't want to be changing sheets full stop. You don't want to be changing sheets in the middle of the night.
The sooner you can teach them to do it themselves, the better.
But if you do have to because they've thrown up or because they've wet the bed, then it is always easier to have a towel or a change of sheets in that room that they sleep in. So I totally recommend that for people when they have little kids, or kids who are sick often.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I find that it also means that we keep a better count on the number of sheet sets we have. You know, when I grew up, we had a linen cupboard and there was just piles of sheets. You probably wouldn't know which ones were for which beds, and it didn't matter that much, except that there would have been way more than 2 sets per bed. And so the way that we do it, we at least know there's 2 sets, and one of my sons is in love with the flannel sheets in the middle of winter. It's his, I was going to say love language, to give him warm flannel things. So he's got 3 sets of sheets, but the rest of us can't think of anything worse than flannel sheets. So we just stick with our cotton ones.
That reminds me so much of my husband. My husband got put in flannelette PJs and flannelette sheets when he was little, and he felt like he was stuck in the bed.
Because it's like Velcro.
Yes.
Poor Simon, he's probably got like post-traumatic stress having to wear it.
So he never put our kids in flannelette PJs and flannelette sheets at the one time. It was either cotton and flannelette, either way, because he does have post-traumatic stress syndrome.
I can just picture it now. It's when you try and turn over, you're like,
yes, stop.
Stuck in here.
We hope you're laughing along with us, listeners.
Yeah, that's. I hope that you're picturing yourself or someone that you love stuck in a bed with their flannelette sheets.
As a consequence, our bed does not have flannelette sheets and never has and probably never will. So, but I very much recommend only having 2 doonas, 2 doona covers, 2 to 4 sets of sheets, depending on how often. So I think it comes back to how we were talking about clothes in the wardrobe episodes. It depends on your washing cycle and if you have a dryer and if you have bedwetting children. If you don't have a dryer for environmental reasons or you live in sunny Queensland where things dry really quickly, then yes, it depends on your washing cycle. And also sheets, you don't really want to put sheets in the dryer very often because it will ruin the elastic.
Yes. And I think too with sheets, I know in my book I go right down into the detail of how I do the sheets. And that is, I hate folding sheets. I don't know if it's Oprah that does the sheet folding thing or that someone she had on to show her how to, but I can't do it. I can't do that fold the fitted sheet thing into this perfect, neat little envelope. I don't even try. So I'm not very good at folding the bottom sheet. What I do is fold the top sheet really nicely, and then the bottom sheet kind of gets rolled into this ball if I have to store the sheets away. But my trick around that is that I take the sheets off in the morning, wash them straight away, dry them so they go outside on the line, or if I need to put them in the dryer, I do, so that by the time the kids and us are ready to go back to bed, the clean sheets are just sitting on the bed and whoever's bed it is can make it. That is my way of avoiding having to fold sheets because they're huge and annoying.
Yes, we love doing that too, but we also love swapping out our sheets. So we definitely change. So what we will do is we'll strip the bed, get the new set of sheets straight away, make the bed straight away, and then and do the washing, because then you don't have that problem of going into your bedroom at 11 o'clock at night after you've binged on some Netflix show and going, I'm still going to make the bed and all I want to do is fall into it.
Yes, that's so annoying.
So do you know what? A friend of mine who's an interior decorator, she taught me a really awesome trick with making the bed.
Tell me.
You don't fold the top sheet down and tuck it in. You fold it over with the doona cover have the sheet showing if you do top sheets, which leads us on to our next question. I will just put a photo of our bed made that way so people know what I mean by that in the show notes, because it makes it, Simon is totally converted. He is I am never folding the sheet and tucking the sheet into the mattress ever again.
Excellent. No, we don't either.
Is that because you don't have a top sheet?
No. Oh my goodness, listeners, I need to know. Until I became a professional organizer, I naively assumed that everybody used the top sheet. I mean, they come in the packet. Why would you not use them? And we're hot and we're sweaty at night and we shed skin, and you can wash your sheets every week, and I couldn't be bothered washing my doona cover every single week. And then I found out that not everybody uses a top sheet. And I was a little bit like shell-shocked. My whole world came crashing down around me.
Whereas I grew up in a family that didn't do top sheets and got married and have been converted because of the grossness to top sheets. So, and I love not having to wash our doona every week. Like, who has time for that?
I do not have time for that.
But props to you if you do. So,
well, I'm interested though. I would be interested who doesn't use a top sheet. And, you know, you're not going to confess this to us on our Facebook page, but do you not use a top sheet and then still not wash your doona cover regularly? Because I reckon that happens with quite a few people.
Oh, that happened in my family growing up. I really don't remember very much doona washing happening. I mean, it definitely happened, but not every week. But yeah. Anyway.
Every family does it different. And it's when you grow up knowing one thing and you assume that the whole wide world does exactly the same thing, that you kind of go, but hold on, that doesn't fit into my paradigm. This doesn't work, people.
Yes. So another thing that will depend on how much you stock and how much you keep is also obviously the size of your linen cupboard. Although saying that, I would still encourage people who have large linen cupboards, bigger than mine. I've seen way bigger than mine.
Okay.
To be really intentional about what you do keep. Just because you have room for 67 towel sets does not mean that you need 67 towel sheets. Again, this is a bit like the sheets except opposite. You know, you wash your body you dry your body and your body is clean?
Yes.
So,
I know where this is going.
No. Do you need to wash your towels every day?
Oh,
no.
But
really, do you wash your towels every day, Amy?
I would if I didn't care about the environment.
Okay, no.
Yep. So if I was somewhere where I didn't have to be responsible for my water and electricity consumption, and I'm not a greenie, but I do care about that kind of stuff, I totally would change my towel every day if I could.
No.
Totally. Like 100%, not even consider anything about it. But I don't.
How often do you change your towels?
I would say twice a week.
Interesting. We change ours once a week.
Yeah.
But maybe listeners will think that we're dirty people now. But that's okay.
No, I think that's pretty normal. So, no, actually, I think you're disgusting. But I think weekly is pretty normal. Sometimes if you've got a bathroom that isn't ventilated really well, in the middle of winter in Melbourne, for instance, you might find that you do need to change them a little bit more regularly or they start to get that musty smell.
Yes, I do remember that.
For all other reasons, I don't think that you probably need to wash them as regularly as I do or as regularly as I would really like to.
More about how to use beach towels in just a couple of minutes. You can subscribe to The Art of Decluttering on iTunes or on theartofdecluttering.com.au. This is episode 12 of The Art of Decluttering, and we are talking all about linen cupboards. We've also done episodes on kitchens, fridge, freezers, pantries, kids' toys, wardrobes, jewellery, entryways and workstations. So if you're new to The Art of Decluttering, you'll find loads of great tips like this one.
Listeners, we give you freedom that you don't have to be the keeper of all keepsakes for your family. We give you the freedom. Let it go. Let it go.
And also keep it.
Or display it.
Display it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Display it. Keep it. Wear it. Wear it. Wear it. Like, if it's beautiful enough to keep, then it's beautiful enough to put on your hand or your neck every once in a while.
And if you don't want to wear it, you can still display it. You might put it in a beautiful frame and have it displayed. So don't feel like, oh, it's not my colour, it's not my stone, etc. can stop you from actually enjoying it and displaying it.
So that was Amy and I talking about jewellery back in episode 7 of The Art of Decluttering, and we give you loads of tips and tricks in each and every one of our episodes. So check them all out, and now we'll head back to the linen cupboard.
Okay, speaking of towels, how many towels do you need to keep for just in case the kids
I love this
have
question.
a chucking episode or gastro goes through your house? How often, how many? Tell me, Amy, how many do you suggest towels?
Well, what we have in our house is in the laundry there's a plastic tub, and that's where any towels that are getting removed out of our daily use because they're ratty or the elastic's gone funny at the ends or they've stopped absorbing or whatever, they get put into there. But as soon as that container's full, we take out towels from there that are old and crusty. So we just call them old towels in the box that's labelled. And I would say we have 6 towels in there, which is quite a lot, but it's for everything. So if somebody spills something, if somebody's sick, if we need to mop down something or use a towel to transport something, if we need to wrap a meal to take it to my parents or something, we use it for all of those purposes.
Great. We have probably not as many. I think we may only have 3 or 4, because I figure that beach towels can also be used as chuck rags.
And it depends. Like my kids we've talked about the gastro thing before, but neither of us are gastro families. So I would never keep a towel for a gastro moment. I wouldn't even think of it. It's more when I've thrown like a cleaning rag into the laundry sink and then put a load of washing on and I flood the laundry. That's the reason I would use my spare towels.
Yes, I have used my spare towels for that reason as well.
It kind of makes me feel better, Kirsty. It's horrible when you can hear the sound change in the way the water's draining and you run out there in not quite enough time to stop it going all over the floor.
Or when you get home and you don't even hear it because you haven't been home.
So, Kirsty, we've talked about the spare towels, but what about if your mother-in-law comes and stays or the kids have their cousins over for a sleepover? Do you just whip out the beach towels for them to have a shower with, or do you have spare guest towels?
So we have 4 sets of towels for us and 4 sets of towels for the kids, which is probably too many, but because our wardrobe, our linen cupboard fits it, that's what we managed to have. So we have always got plenty of towels for guests, and we just pull out a whole stack and put them on the end of their bed for them.
Yeah, okay. And so you just use your normal ones that are on rotation?
Yeah, we do not have guest towels.
Yep, but you maybe have too many Kirsty and Simon towels.
We just love, maybe, but we just love nice fluffy towels. So we have,
I'm the opposite. I don't love nice fluffy towels. I like the towels that have got a bit of stiffness in them because I feel like it just dries you better. But I will spend copious amounts of money on getting beautiful sheets.
Interesting.
I will buy anything under than the top level of thread count for your sheets.
Do you know that the top level of thread count actually keeps you warmer though? So
really?
They're not great in summer.
Oh, I hadn't really thought about that. I suppose if you think about the thread count per square centimetre or whatever it is,
yes,
it makes sense. There's not as much air getting through.
Yes, exactly. I only learned that when we got our new bed recently and we had to shop for Super King sheets and we were going, let's get top thread count, and the sales lady goes, do you know they are going to make you really hot in summer? And Simon and I have different body temperatures as most husband and wives and most partners do, so we went, oh, okay, let's dial that back a bit. So
that's really interesting because I suppose the key would be buying really good quality cotton sheets.
Yes,
because there's nothing worse than those cheap polyester-y kind of sheets. They're obviously going to make you hotter at night.
And flannelette sheets.
And what?
And flannelette sheets.
Yes. Don't torture your family by making them use flannelette sheets. It's not nice. So we don't have guest towels in our house. If we've got people staying over, we just use our second set of towels for them. Now, admittedly, they're not going to be perfect towels, but they're anything you need when someone comes and stays over and just, needs them for a day or two. So we've kind of got around it that way. And given that we don't have a linen cupboard, we don't have anywhere to keep spare towels because our towels are kept in the bathrooms that they go with.
Awesome. Anything's better than a floor towel to dry yourself on, so
anything.
It's a step up.
Why don't you come stay at my house, people? I will look after you.
As will I, with my 3 extra sets of towels. So I was going to ask about tablecloths and napkins. Do they get kept in your clients' linen cupboards or in buffets?
What's a buffet? Oh, do you mean like a
hutch
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Me personally, we only have 1 tablecloth and I keep that in the same drawer at the bottom of our tea towels. Napkins, I assume you don't have the linen ones, do you?
Not anymore.
Good. I was going to say you're not old enough to keep linen napkins.
No, but we got them for our wedding. Didn't you?
No. People must have known I just wasn't that classy. They save their money. But I would keep linen napkins in with tea towels and your tablecloth as well, because that's where you're going to grab them. If that is in your linen cupboard, then pop them in your linen cupboard, but just don't keep like 6 tablecloths. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, we only have one, and I highly recommend people only have one. Like, we really, really use it. I think we've used it once in 3 years that we've had this table.
Yeah.
And I know people use them at Christmas, so you might have a Christmas tablecloth, so that's fine. But just be very intentional. As we say every week, be very intentional about what you are actually using. When was the last time you used a tablecloth? And what could you do instead? Are you using placemats instead? So why do you need a tablecloth? Can you decorate the table with something else so that it still looks pretty, but you don't need a tablecloth? It's just more washing, people.
Yeah, exactly. Or you can just get one. So we've got a long white one. Our table, when extended, seats 14. And so we could keep 14 placemats, or we could just have one big long tablecloth. But it's white, so you can use it whenever, wherever. And, you know, it has been known to be used in cubbies occasionally as well.
Yes, we have sheets out in the garage for doing garage work, old sheets,
Yep.
and they get repurposed for cubby houses.
It's the best. Why wouldn't you? Can you tell me, Kirsty, you don't have a pool, do you?
No, I wish we did. I really wish we did. Really? Even in Melbourne? You use it for 2 weeks of the year?
If that, I know. And can you imagine at my place with all the gum trees everywhere? It would just be full of gum nuts and leaves. And
whereas we had 28 degrees on the weekend. I know people's kids were in their pools on the weekend. So 28 degrees in the first week of September. We get 6 months of the year out of our pools.
Yeah, you can totally justify it. I
Yes.
can't, and just dream about it. But obviously, even if you're not a pool family, we still need beach towels. Do you keep copious amounts of beach towels, or are you like a one per person kind of thing? How do you do those extra towels that aren't bath towels?
I think we have 6 towels, and I think that includes the 2 little towels that are still left over from their smaller days. So we really only have 1 each, and I highly recommend, unless you live on the beach and you're down there every day and you're not washing every day, that you don't need more than 1 per person.
Yeah, I would agree. This Christmas, part of our family present was we bought, all 4 of us, these beautiful quality. They were called beach sheets, so they're actually bigger than like your standard towel, but they are so beautiful. Like, and they're almost too good to take to the beach. Like, they're that beautiful, but we've got 1 each. And then something we do have that I've recommended to quite a few of my clients who are camping type people is we have a camping towel each for the children. And so that means whenever we go camping somewhere, if they go on a sleepover and I kind of think I better chuck a towel in school camp, they take these 2. So they're not really good quality towels, and they're bright colours, so they can't kind of misplace them. But it's not the worst case scenario if we lose them, and it doesn't matter if they kind of end up on the floor of a tent and crumpled on. But that's really good for us. That sits in the kids' bedrooms with their beach towels.
So when we go camping, we just take either our normal towels or our spew towels. Because our spew towels are really good quality. Our clean-up towels are our hand-me-down ones from just a couple of years ago. Actually, they're the ones that I got when I was pregnant, because when I was pregnant, or just after giving birth, I wanted really soft towels because of everything that hurt and was sensitive. So I needed some really, really soft towels. So Simon went out and got beautiful soft towels, and they've been relegated to the clean-up towels, and that's what we would take camping.
Yeah, nice. So they're not terrible towels to take camping. They're actually quite good.
Yeah, they're nice and soft still. They're
awesome. Another thing to think about with your linen cupboard is to regularly kind of reset it so that you've got things in the places where you want to be able to grab them easily. I know a lot of people will use, say, the top shelves of their linen cupboards for platters they might not use, for Christmas presents they're wanting to hide away, for things, humidifiers and things that you don't use very often. So consider how you set out your linen cupboard so that you do get the best use from it. Because it's great to have one if you've got one, but really annoying if you have to dig every single time you want something.
Yes, a lot of linen cupboards that I see have got so much stuff in it. And so that things, and particularly fitted sheets, because nobody likes folding them, they get shoved in on top of everything, and then everything falls out when you open it. A trick that I did with a client on the weekend actually was that all her extra doonas, the ones that weren't living on her bedspread, actually got the doona cover and one of the pillowcases folded up and put in the other pillowcase.
Clever idea.
And then,
so it's just easy to grab the whole set with one movement.
Yes.
I like it.
Then you're not hunting around for that spare pillowcase that always goes missing.
Yes. And that's true for people who have too much in there as well. So if you can look at your linen cupboard and not count very easily the number of towels or the number of sheet sets or the number of doona covers, can I recommend that and challenge you to actually go through, pull everything out and do a bit of a stock take and decide what you're going to put back in there? Because more likely than not, your linen cupboard has too much in it.
Amen, sister. And get rid of those manky sheets that you do not ever put on your bed because they're so manky. They've got so much body sweat on them that they've discolored, or they've got a hole that you forgot about and you just chucked it in the wash and put it back in the linen cupboard without actually going, oh, this belongs in the garage or this belongs in the bin. So go through, get rid of any manky things, along with towels. Like if they are not the ones you're going to choose to put on your bed or on your body, let them go.
That is awesome advice. And a lot of the objections that I get around throwing out sheet sets where the bottom sheet has a hole in it or is, well worn and doesn't want to use it anymore is that, but I could use the top sheet for something because it's like this big flat piece of material. Yes, you totally could. You could totally write banners and draw pictures, have a mural, use it as a cubby, but will you? And have you? And how many of those do you need to keep? So when you say to yourself, but this could be useful, I want you to really think, can it, will it, should it, and potentially let it go anyway. Great
advice. Now, we have to run, but before we do, we wanted to tell our listeners about something very exciting.
Yay, we have recorded a secret bonus episode for you listeners. The exciting things you cannot find it on iTunes or Stitcher or on our Whooshka page. There's only one way that you can access this secret episode, and that is by going to our website. And you can access that at theartofdecluttering.com.au. Lots of people have been saying to us, we've been binging on you guys. It's amazing. I'm scared though because I'm almost at your last episode. So what we thought was, rather than try and drop 2 episodes a week and fill your ears constantly, we thought, how about occasionally we do a bonus episode? And that's for our, hardcore fans that really want to hear more of us. And it's a little bit more personal, isn't it, Kirst?
Yes, we actually give you some secrets of ours and we share our heart with you as well. So the way you do it is you hop on our website and you sign up to get our newsletters and information from us, and we will give you this secret episode for free. So we can't wait to share this secret episode with you, and we can't wait to hang out with you again next week. And we just again, as every week, we are so thankful for all the messages that you send us saying how these episodes have transformed your life and are really helping to change the way that your family does life. And we love the engagement that we get on Facebook from you. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for sharing it with your friends. Thanks for doing all the beautiful hard work that you've done to transform your own lives. So thank you so much, and we really appreciate it, and we value every single one of you. So thank you.
Thank you, and have an awesome week. Go through your linen cupboard. You can totally do it. You're awesome. Bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you've learned something awesome today, do a girlfriend a favour and share this episode so she too can learn the art of decluttering.
You can find me, Amy, over at simplyorganised.net or on Facebook as simplyorganisedpo.
You can find me, Kirsty, over at feelslikeHome.net.au or on Facebook as feelslikeHomePO. Don't forget, you can see the show notes in your podcast app, so if there's anything you want more information on, then check it out there. If you love what you hear, we would really appreciate you leaving a review on iTunes, and you can always subscribe to us.
We hope you've enjoyed listening and that you've learned some great tips and tricks to help you declutter and keep your home organised. We hope you have a great rest of your day and enjoy the freedom.